Hi, welcome. We're going to get started with our warm-up. Warm-ups are just used in order to get your blood pumping a little bit more, get those muscles getting warmed up, ready to work. It's not about getting into cardio or anything, it's just getting your body used to moving, ready to get warm so we can get to our weight work, okay? So we're going to start by inhaling and arms come up, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And as you raise those arms, really stretch up. Exhale down. One more full up and down. Inhale up. And exhale down. This next time when we go up, we're going to keep our arms up here, and we're going to reach nice and long from side to side. If you want to go a little faster than me, feel free to do so. We're just warming up, and we're stretching, and we're getting used to moving, okay? Yeah. So now, arms stay up here, hinge forward, exhale down, and just hang here. You want to go side to side. We'll take it back up, inhale up. And go back down forward. Take a nice deep breath. Roll around. Bring it back up. And bring arms down to the side. Kind of roll the shoulders. We're going to do some high knees. So get those knees up. Bring them up as high as you can. And we're going to start thinking about that set position we talked about. Your right shoulder blades going into your back left hip pocket. Your left shoulder blades going back into your right hip pocket. Upper abs are nice and braced. Belly button's pulled in. Neck is nice and long. We have a good strong core. Now we're going to take it to butt kicks. So what we're going to do is bring our heels up, kick our butts. If you can't get to your butt with your heel, that's totally fine. You might not have the flexibility, or you just might not be warmed up enough yet. So let's just keep moving, keep that core strong, relax, get the blood moving, muscles warm, and breathe. All right, we're going to take it down to all fours. We're going to start with a cat-cow, all right? It's a yoga move. What you want to make sure is that your wrist is under your shoulder, okay? And that your knee is under your hip. So in this position here, neutral position, your head's kind of looking down and everything is nice and straight. What we're going to do is we're going to lower our belly button to the floor and we're going to push our tailbone up to the ceiling and we're going to look up. And you might drop your chest just a little bit to get a little stretch in the chest too. So this is the cow part. Now we're going to go to cat. We're going to tuck our chin to our chest, and as we do so, we're going to drop our tailbone forward and pull our belly button up to the ceiling. Keep that chin tucked in and really round out your back. We're going to take it to a cow again. And then a cat. And as you go into the cow, you inhale. And when you go into the cat, you exhale. Let's get one more cow. And then we'll get a cat. And then we're going to come back to neutral spine. All right, we're going to kind of work on them from here. We're going to work on stretching our obliques and our sides and getting some side rotations in. So you're going to take your fingertips, you're going to place it on your head lightly with your right behind your ear. You're going to take your elbow and you're going to look up to the ceiling. Then you're going to take your elbow down to your wrist. Inhale up to ceiling. Down to wrist. We have two more. Take it up to the ceiling. Down to wrist. One more, up to ceiling, down to wrist. Bring it back to neutral spine. We're going to switch hands. So the other hand, fingers on your head, behind your ear. You're going to lift up and look up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to wrist. You're going to take it up to ceiling and down to wrist. Now for me, going in this direction here is way easier than on the other side. And we all will have things that are easier on one side than the other, and that's not abnormal. Okay, bring it back to neutral position. As a bonus move, we're going to take it into child's pose. So just drop your booty back as far as you can. If you can get to your heels, great. If not, don't worry about it. Walk your hands out. Drop your head in between your arms and take a nice deep breath. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When I do that, I get a nice stretch right in here. It feels really good for me. We're going to sit up. Hopefully, you've kind of warmed up your body and you've moved it around and you're ready to get more into movement. So we're going to get our weights. I'm going to bring mine so I can use them, and I suggest you do the same. And we're going to get this workout started. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you are too. All right, let's get to our weights. We're basically working our shoulders and our triceps and our biceps right now. We have 5 exercises we're going to do, and we're going to do overhead press, and I will demonstrate all these for you before we get into the actual workout. So overhead press, when I lift weights, I like for my overhead press to go this way, especially lately because my left shoulder has been bugging me sometimes, and coming out this way, my shoulder is not happy. You can do them out and wide, and that's perfectly acceptable. Or if you want to have your palms facing each other, you're going to bring them down low, so your elbows are going to come in narrow, all right? So today, when I pick up my weights, I'm going to be going like this, okay? And then remember, shoulder blades in the back opposite hip pockets, upper abs are nice and braced, belly button's pulled in, and you really want to make your shoulders nice and solid in those sockets, in those pockets, in those hip pockets. Your booty's going to be a little tight, okay? And your knees are going to be soft. You're going to keep that stance throughout your whole workout. The next one, bicep curls. For bicep curls, your palms start down here facing forward and they come up towards the ceiling, okay? And when you do so, you want your upper arm to pretty much stay in the same position. Your elbow might move forward a little bit, but we don't want this kind of thing going on, okay? And we also don't want rocking with our bodies to get the weight up. That's when you really need to concentrate. If you start feeling you're rocking, you really need to brace your upper abs and pull in that belly button. When you do this, I'm doing this, you can still breathe. You should always be able to breathe. You should not hold your breath. You will hear me say breathe, breathe, and I will guide you, cue you throughout the workout. After the bicep curls, we're going to look at our triceps, and we're going to do tricep kickbacks, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to hinge at the hips, the booty's going to go back a little bit. You have this bend in your knees, right? You keep your core, you're nice and straight here by pulling in that belly button, bracing those abs, shoulders in the back hip pockets. You're going to raise your elbows up above your back, and you're going to start in a bend, and then you're going to fully extend, and then you're going to bend and extend. You're going to want to look at the floor, probably about 2 to 3 feet in front of your feet. Your weight's going to be mostly in your heels. Well, I would say like 80% in your heels, and then you're going to work this way. The fourth exercise we have are front raises, and that's when you just move to the front and down. Palms will always face the floor. There are a few times I might suggest that you come up this way, but for the most part, palms will always be to the floor. When you lift, you don't want your hand going higher than your shoulder. You need to keep that shoulder in that locked, stable position, okay? I think I'm looking at the mirror here, my fists, my hands might be a little higher, but I try and keep them nice and straight in line. You definitely don't want them up here. Then on the side raises, you're going to come out to the side and you're going to extend the same way. Try not to get your hands too much higher than your shoulders. You want it all shoulder height. There are two ways you can do the side raises. That's with a straight arm, or if your weights start getting too heavy, what you're going to want to do is you can bend them into a 90 degree like this, and then you can lift this way. It's basically that the longer your lever is, the more difficult it is to lift, okay? So we're going to go through we're going to do overhead press, bicep curls, tricep kickbacks, front raises, side raises. We're going to do those 3 times through. We're going to do each one for 10 reps, and we will take a break at the end of each round, okay? So we're going to start with overhead presses. Now, I have 10s for my overhead presses, and the only times I use I have 10s for my overhead presses, biceps, and kickbacks, and 8s for my front and side raises. That doesn't mean that's what you have to use, okay? You use what you need to use. If you need to start with 1 or 2 pounds, that's perfectly acceptable, okay? You do you. So here we go. We're going to start with overhead presses, and we're going to do 10 of them. And as you lift, 1, those shoulders stay down away from your ears. 2, they stay in those back pockets. The booty's tucked. It's nice and tight. Your knees are soft. Here's 5. Upper abs are braced, and that belly button's pulled in. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're going to take it to bicep curls, palms face forward, get nice and strong in your set position, and you're going to raise and lower, raise and lower. Keep those necks nice and long and that core nice and strong. Here's number 4, 5, 6, you're going to breathe. Exhale up, inhale down. 8, I believe. 9, and 10. Nice job, people. We're doing great. We're doing our tricep kickbacks. Get those elbows up. Keep the neck nice and long. Core strong. Here we go. 1, 2. When I do tricep work, my shoulders really like to come up into my ears. Here's 5. That's when I really have to make sure that I keep those shoulders in my back hip pockets, and it really helps me to brace my upper abs. 9, 10. All right. Now I'm going to put my weights down. Notice, bend your knees, okay? Keep that core strong when you pick up. We're going to do front raises. Get that core nice and strong. Here we go. Lift, lower. 2, 3. You gotta breathe. 4. Keep that core strong. 5. The neck is nice and long. Tuck in that booty. 7, 8. Knees are soft. 9. And here's number 10. All right. All right. My side raises. Today, I'm getting warm. Here we go. Out to the side. 1, 2. Keep those shoulders down. 3. Keep that core strong. 4. Your knees are slightly bent. 5. Necks are nice and long. Booty's tucked. 7. Breathe. 8. See, I have the advantage. 9. I'm talking, so I need to breathe. 10. It's very easy to forget to breathe. All right, that's the end of round one. I'm going to get me a sip of water. Feel free to take a rest, take a break, get your water when you need to. I also think I'm going to turn my fan on because I'm getting a little warm. One round done, 2 to go. Okay, starting again at the top, overhead presses. Here we go, 10 of them. 1, keep those shoulders down. 2, neck is nice and long. 3, 4, 5. For me, it's really comfortable to keep my legs or my feet in parallel position. 8, 9, 10. Every now and then, I'm going to put this down so I can kind of explain. Every now and then I like to offset. And that's just because my body needs it that day. There's nothing wrong with offsetting, with having kind of like you're taking a step and you stopped midway and your weight is in between your feet that are going this way. I do prefer my feet in the sagittal plane this way, all right? Whichever is good for you and comfortable, that's what you go with. Okay, so now we're going to do bicep curls. 1, 2, make sure those upper abs are braced, that the shoulders stay down away from your ears, that your necks are nice and long. There's 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Tricep kickbacks. Hinge at the hips. Booty goes back a bit. Elbows come up. Knees are bent. Core is strong. 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that core strong. Upper abs are braced. Belly button's pulled in. Here's number 8, 9, and 10. All right, I'm putting these weights down. We're going to go to front raise, side raise. 10 to the front first. Get your set position. And here we go. 1, 2. Make sure that those shoulders are locked into place. 5, 6, 7. Make noise if you have to. Doesn't matter. 8, 9, and 10. You can make faces too. I make faces. I know I do. I can feel them. Feel that face just making noise. Or faces, whatever. Side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And you want to always be nice and controlled as you go up and you go down. 7, 8, whoo, 9, 10. All right, yes. 2/3 of the way through. Shake out those arms. Woo! Shake them out. I'm going to get one more drink of water. All right, last time through this round, starting with the overhead presses. All right, ready? Here we go, 10 of them. 1, keep those shoulders down away from ears. 2, 3, 4, belly button's pulled in, upper abs are braced, knees are soft. 8, 9, and here's something I forgot to tell you. You can, if they get too heavy, too difficult to go together, do one and then the other, okay? Perfectly acceptable. But it's going to be 1, 1, okay? Because you want to make sure you get 10 on both sides. Bicep curls, here we go. 1, 2, 3. My elbows are doing most of the work, or the joint is the one that's moving the most. 8, 9, and 10. All right. Tricep kickbacks, hands at the hips. Neck's nice and long, shoulders are in that locked position, elbow above the back, and we do 10 of them. 1, 2, keep that core strong. 3, 4, protect that back by pulling in that belly button. Remember, the transverse abdominals go all the way around and they help support your back. We have 1 more. All right. I'm putting these weights down. We have 2 more exercises. Front raise, side raise. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep that core strong. 4. I know for me, bracing my upper abs helps a lot when lifting gets really heavy. 9, or really hard. 10. All right, shoulders, side raises. That's what we've been working, shoulders. I know you know this, you can feel it. All right, 10, and then weights are done, and we work on core. 1. We have been working on core the whole time by keeping it nice and strong, but we're gonna be core specific. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Okay, put those weights down. Shake out those arms. Woo! The weight work is done today. I'm gonna put my weights to the side, bring my mat over. I suggest you do the same. And we'll get ready for our floor core work. Meet you in a couple of minutes. I'm back. So we have 3 exercises for our core specific. We're going to be laying on our backs. Our magic number is 15, not 10. And we're going to go through these 3 exercises 3 different times. I'm going to show you what they are. First one is a crunch. Most of you are pretty familiar, I would imagine, with the crunch. What I want you to think about is your lower back is going to stay on the floor during the whole time of your crunching, okay? If having your knees bent like this is still too difficult for you to keep the lower back on the floor, feel free to bring up your knees above your hips, because that's going to help to kind of like flatten out your back and keep your lower back on the floor. But if you do this, you still need to pull that belly button in, okay? Now, when you do a crunch, what you're working is the transverse abdominals, and that's the muscles that are going up and down the front. You're going to take those muscles and you're going to squeeze them together like you're playing an accordion, and you're squeezing the accordion in, and then as you lower, you're going to lengthen and pull the muscle out. So you're using these muscles are going to lift you and lower you. Your hands are going to be, for me, I like them behind my head. If it's more comfortable for you to have your hands across your chest, feel free to do so, or if you just want them up to the front or this way, do what's comfortable for you. I like to have my hands behind my head and push my head into my hands. That's what I like to do, okay? So you're going to exhale as you come up, you're going to inhale as you go down, and basically as you're coming up, you're exhaling because you're squeezing your diaphragm up into your lungs, and then when you're lengthening, you're able to pull in oxygen into your lungs. So it's just an easier way to breathe. If you try and go the other way, you're really fighting yourself. So take it easier on yourself. The second one is going to be opposite hand to opposite knee or foot. I'm going to show you the 2 differences. Okay, so my right hand for opposite hand to knee is, I'm going to have my hands behind my head like I'm doing a crunch, and I'm going to lift up a little higher. I'm going to touch my left knee with my right hand, then I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to go to the other side.
okay? And so it goes 1, 2. If you want to go to your feet, go ahead and lift your feet up here, and you're going to reach up to your foot, okay? And try and touch it. Keep your feet up there. Don't drop your feet down so you can touch them. Keep them up there. And then the last one is marching legs. And what you're going to do is you're going to have your legs up here, and you're going to tap your knee to the heel to the floor, and bring it back up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So your crunches work your whole transverse abdominals. Opposite hand, opposite knee or foot works your obliques or your sides, and then your marches work your lower abs. So 3 times through, 15 is our magic number. Here we go. Crunches first. 1, 2. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you go down. Keep that lower back on the floor. 5. You're going to keep your chin away from your chest. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Your abs are doing it. And 15. Opposite hand to opposite foot or knee. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep the chin away from the chest. 5. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you go down. 8. Lower back stays on the floor. 10, 11, 12. Reach up or reach across. 14, 15. Now here, upper body is just relaxed on the ground and just marches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. 5, 6. Lower back on the floor. 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Straight to crunches. Here we go. 1, 2. Exhale up. 3, 4. Chin away from chest. Squeeze together, release. Squeeze together, release. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Opposite hand to opposite knee or foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Push that lower back to the floor. 8, 9, 10, 11. Exhale up. 12, 13, 14, 15. Marches. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12. Keep that lower back on the floor. 14, 15. Last time through crunches. 1. Chin away from chest. 2. Exhale up. 3. Lower at 6, 7, 8. Lower back on the floor. 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2. You can tell I'm feeling this. 3, 4, 5. Exhale up, inhale down. And there we go. Opposite hand, opposite foot. 1, 2. Reach. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep the chin away from the chest. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Knee marches. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that lower back down on the floor. 8, 7, 13, 14, 15. Woo! Nice job. We get to stretch. Well deserved. Push those feet away from your body. Push your hands up overhead, away from your body. This is going to be the only time when you're laying on the floor on your back, I'm going to say you can take your lower back off the floor. So stretch, hands and feet in opposite directions and push the belly button up towards the ceiling. That way you can stretch your abdominal walls and that feels really good. And then make one side nice and long and the other side nice and long. Do that a couple of times. As you stretch, you do it comfortably, okay? But I should say, you do, hug your knees into your chest now. Stretching is like an uncomfortable comfortable. When you first start stretching and you breathe into it and then you get comfortable. And then you can push or stretch a little farther. And stretching is an awesome thing to do. I have come to really love it after I got my hip replaced. So now our feet are flat on the ground. That is if you are ready to go to the next stretch. We're going to drop our knees to the right. Our arms are out here in a T, and I'm going to look to the left. And just take those knees down as far as you can. Do your best to keep the shoulder closer to the ground. So your knees are to the right. Try and keep your shoulder on the left close to the ground. I know for me, my left shoulder I can get lower than my right. And I really like this stretch. This stretches out your lower back and your spine. And will also stretch out the front of your chest. So hold this as long as you're fairly comfortable and you figure you've gotten a really good stretch out of it. When you're ready, bring your knees up slowly. You don't want to ever come out of them really fast, and then drop to the other side and do the same thing to the other side. And just hold this position. Get comfortable, stretch it out. You, as I mentioned earlier, I can't remember which exercise, one side is going to be easier, more flexible than the other side. That's a natural thing. When you're ready, bring those knees back to center, feet flat on the floor. We're going to go ahead and sit up, okay? Get nice and comfortable. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit straight-legged. I want to right now come up on my knees just because it's more comfortable for me right now. So I want to sit. We're going to stretch our shoulder. So take one arm across in front. I like to put my forearm next to right above my elbow and pull on my arm towards my chest. Try and keep that shoulder back a little bit. You're going to stretch right in here, okay? Some days, and you might want to raise it or lower it and find where it needs to be stretched. And when you feel that tightness, stretch it there. Enjoy the stretch. These are good things to do for you, okay? And then release that and do the other side. Well, I hope you guys had a good workout today. I hope you kind of got your sweat on. I hope you, if you didn't really push yourself weight-wise, that's totally fine. You're getting back into, you're either starting this for the first time or you're getting back into it. And you need to, take your time, first time through, to find out what weights work for you. You can stretch. Now we're going to do our triceps. Okay, so push the elbow up towards the ceiling, this rib cage down towards the floor, and this hand is just on top of your head. It's not behind and pushing the head forward. So as this elbow is coming up, also push the elbow back. Breathe through your stretches, and then release. And let's do the other side. Breathe, and release. Shake out those shoulders. Roll them back a couple of times, and forward a couple of times. You are awesome. See you next time.